Ever thought about building a website but felt kind of intimidated by all the tech stuff? Or maybe worried about how much it would cost?
Yeah, it can seem like a lot.
Well, today we're diving deep into whether building a website in 2024 is actually easier and cheaper than it was 10 years ago.
Oh, it's definitely a different world now.
We've got some insights from various sources that just might surprise you.
I think people will be shocked by how much things have changed.
So let's jump right in. What's got you most excited about how website building has changed?
Well, for me, it's the rise of AI.
AGA.
It's not just about automating tasks anymore. AI is fundamentally changing how we even approach website creation.
Okay, so our sources talk about these AI-powered website builders like Wix ADI and Hostinger, and they sound almost too good to be true.
Right.
Like you tell them what you want, maybe a photography portfolio or an online store, and boom, they just generate a website perfectly tailored to your needs.
It really is incredible. They analyze your input, look at industry trends, even check out your competitors' websites to create a super customized design.
So it's like having a web design expert working behind the scenes 24/7.
Exactly. Constantly tweaking and refining things based on data, you know? It's incredible.
And we're not just talking Wix and Hostinger here.
Right.
Our sources also mention Squarespace and RenderForest as great options.
Absolutely. And this ease of use, it directly translates to cost savings.
Makes sense.
Think back to trying to build a website in 2014.
Oh, I remember those days.
Forget drag and drop. You were probably wrestling with HTML, CSS.
Oh, yeah.
And praying your PHP didn't break.
And finding affordable developers back then was nearly impossible.
Right.
And even if you did find one, making changes to your website was a slow and often painful process.
It was a totally different world. Now we've got this abundance of pre-designed templates and customizable themes.
So no design skills needed.
Exactly, which potentially translates to huge savings.
So even I could create a decent-looking website, and I can barely draw a stick figure.
Potentially, yes. But it's important to remember, while templates are a fantastic starting point, achieving a truly unique and professional look might still require some additional customization.
So it's like having a beautifully furnished apartment, but maybe you want to swap out some throw pillows or artwork to make it feel like your own.
A perfect analogy. It's about building on that solid foundation and adding your personal touch.
Now let's talk web hosting. Has that gotten any easier on the wallet?
Oh, absolutely. The increased competition among hosting providers has driven prices down dramatically.
Sure will.
Some sources mention quality shared hosting plans starting as low as $2.99 per month.
Under €3 a month. That's crazy. It really changes the game for anyone who thought having a website was totally out of reach.
Right.
And we're also seeing these all-in-one solutions that bundle hosting domain names and website creation tools, right?
Exactly. These bundled solutions offer a streamlined approach, so potentially more cost savings. You get everything you need in one place without dealing with multiple providers.
So far, it definitely seems like building a website in 2024 is way more budget-friendly than in 2014.
No doubt.
But I'm guessing there are still some costs involved.
Oh, of course.
We want to be upfront with our listeners here.
Absolutely. While the initial setup might be cheaper, there are recurring costs to consider.
Like what?
Web hosting, domain name renewals, and those essential updates all add up over time.
Okay, so it's like owning a car. You have the initial purchase price, but then there's gas insurance maintenance, and maybe even the occasional parking ticket.
Exactly.
You've got to factor those ongoing expenses into your budget.
You got it. And that's a point people often overlook when starting their first website.
They get so excited about the initial cost savings that they forget about those long-term expenses.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've established that creating a basic website is way more affordable these days, especially compared to 2014.
For sure.
But what if you're aiming for something more elaborate?
Like, what do you got in mind?
What kind of costs are we talking about for, say, a full-fledged e-commerce site?
That's where the price range widens considerably. Our sources gave some helpful figures for different types of websites. For a simple showcase website, think a portfolio for a photographer or a freelancer.
Okay.
You're looking at roughly 500 to 15,000 euro.
Okay, so still pretty manageable for many small businesses or individuals.
Right.
What about e-commerce sites? Those are way more complex.
Yeah, e-commerce is where things get a bit more complex. You're looking at anywhere from 2,000 euro to over 100,000 for a highly sophisticated setup with all the bells and whistles.
Oh, 100,000 euros.
Well, think about it. Robust product catalogs, complex inventory management systems, secure payment gateways, the works.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's a lot more than a simple showcase site.
Exactly. And if you need a completely custom-built website with very specific functionality, you're looking at starting prices from around €10,000.
So while building a website in 2024 can be significantly cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
it really depends on what you need and the complexity of your vision. Makes sense. Now, I'm curious about how AI impacts website maintenance and upkeep.
Good question.
Is that easier and more affordable now, too?
That's a great question, and the answer is a resounding yes. AI plays a huge role in simplifying website optimization and maintenance. And here's where it gets really interesting for website owners.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So our sources mentioned AI-powered tools that analyze visitor behavior on your website, and then they automatically make adjustments to improve user engagement and those all-important conversion rates.
That's right.
Absolutely. It's like having a tireless web developer working 24/7, constantly tweaking and refining your site based on real user data.
So AI can basically test different headlines for you
Yep.
and see which one leads to more people signing up for your newsletter.
Exactly. That's the power of AI-driven optimization.
Wow. So my website could basically be learning and improving itself while I'm off enjoying a cup of coffee.
Pretty much.
That's amazing. What else can AI do in terms of maintenance?
A lot. It can handle tasks that used to require expert intervention, like troubleshooting technical glitches,
Oh, wow.
performing security updates, and even optimizing website speed and performance.
So it's like having an invisible tech team working around the clock to keep your site running smoothly.
Well, got it.
That's a game changer,
Yeah.
especially for people who aren't super tech savvy.
Exactly. It removes a lot of the stress and hassle of website ownership, which leads to cost savings because you're less likely to need to hire outside help for every little issue. It's like having a built-in safety net.
I'm really starting to see the appeal of this AI-powered website world.
It's pretty amazing.
But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about content creation.
Okay.
Because creating engaging content can be a major time suck for website owners.
Oh, absolutely.
Has AI made any inroads there?
Definitely, AI is making huge strides in content generation, and this is another area with incredible potential for cost savings and efficiency.
I'm intrigued.
Imagine being able to create product descriptions for your online store in minutes. AI can make that happen.
Are we talking about those AI writing tools I've heard about? The ones that can practically write a blog post for you?
It's the same concept, but applied to website content. You can use AI to generate everything from product descriptions and blog posts to even social media captions.
Wow.
It can handle large-scale content production in a way that was unimaginable a decade ago.
So let me get this straight.
Yeah.
AI can help design my website, optimize it for visitors, handle the technical maintenance, and even help me create content.
You got it.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is. It speaks to how much the landscape of website creation has changed in just 10 years. AI has truly democratized the process, making it more accessible and affordable than ever before.
I think our listeners are getting a clear picture of how much easier and cheaper it is to build a website in 2024 compared to a decade ago.
I hope so.
But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to touch on one more thing.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about tools and technology.
Right.
But what about the human element? Does creating a successful website still require planning strategy and understanding your target audience?
That's a crucial point. While AI can be an incredible asset, it's not a magic bullet. Creating a truly effective website still requires careful thought and planning from you, the human behind the website. Think of it like this.
Okay, I'm listening.
AI can build the house, but you still need to decide on the floor plan, the interior design, and what kind of vibe you want to create. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally does.
Yeah.
AI can provide the building blocks, but you need to have a vision for what you want to build. And that involves understanding your audience, your goals, and what makes your website unique.
Exactly.
It's a partnership between human creativity and AI's power.
A true collaboration. It's more than just having AI do all the work for you.
Right.
AI can handle the technical heavy lifting, but it's ultimately up to you to provide the vision, the strategy, and that all-important connection with your audience.
So it's not just about slapping together a pretty website and hoping for the best.
No, not at all.
You need a solid plan.
You need a solid plan. And that's where your human insights come in. You need to understand your audience.
Like, what do they want?
Exactly. What are they looking for? What are their pain points? And how can your website provide value to them? It's like building a bridge between what you offer and what your audience needs.
Makes sense. So you need to know who you're talking to before you even start building the platform.
Exactly. Understanding your audience will inform every decision you make.
Like what?
Everything from your website's design and color scheme to the content you create and the tone of your writing.
Okay, so design, content, tone.
Yep. It all comes back to your audience.
Now, our sources emphasize that it's not just about having a visually stunning website.
Right.
You need to fill it with valuable and engaging information that resonates with your audience.
Content is king. And here's where AI can really shine. AI tools can help you brainstorm content ideas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they can even help you write compelling copy and create eye-catching visuals. Imagine having an AI assistant that helps you craft blog posts tailored to your target audience's interests.
That would save so much time.
Exactly. Or think about generating product descriptions that highlight key features and benefits.
It sounds almost too good to be true.
It really is amazing technology. But remember what we discussed earlier about the human element.
Right. AI is a tool.
It's a tool. Don't just rely on AI to do all the thinking for you.
Okay.
You need to bring your own creativity, expertise, and personality to the table.
So it's not about replacing human creativity.
No.
It's about enhancing it with AI.
Exactly. AI can be a fantastic tool, but it's ultimately up to you, the human creator, to infuse your website with authenticity.
Right. You need that human touch.
You need that human touch, that special something that makes it stand out from the crowd.
That's a really important point. AI can make things easier and more efficient, but it's up to us humans to ensure that our websites have heart and soul.
Couldn't agree more. Building a website is no longer just a technical exercise. It's a chance to share your story, connect with others, and create something truly meaningful and impactful.
Absolutely. So to all our listeners out there who are feeling inspired to build their own websites,
Yes.
I say go for it. The tools are readily available, resources are abundant, and the possibilities are limitless.
The possibilities are endless. And remember, while the technology has evolved dramatically, the core principles of good website design remain the same.
Which are?
Clarity, simplicity, user-friendliness, and a laser focus on providing value to your audience.
Excellent advice.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
I like it.
We've talked about the present and the past,
Right.
but what about the future? What trends are you seeing that might shape the future of website creation? What's on the horizon?
That's a great question. One trend I'm particularly excited about is the increasing integration of augmented reality, AR, and virtual reality, VR, into websites.
Hold on, are we talking about those immersive 3D experiences you see in video games?
Yes.
Like being able to virtually walk through a store or a museum?
Exactly. And that technology is starting to make its way into the world of websites. Imagine being able to virtually try on clothes before you buy them online, or take a virtual tour of a hotel room before you book your stay. It's about bringing the tangibility of the real world into the digital realm.
That would be amazing. It would take online shopping and browsing to a whole new level.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's just one example of how technology is constantly pushing the boundaries of what's possible in website creation. We're going to see a lot more immersive and interactive experiences in the coming years.
So blurring the lines between the physical and digital.
Exactly, blurring those lines. It's about creating a more interactive and intuitive way to explore information and interact with brands.
Sounds like the future of website creation is incredibly exciting.
It really is.
So the takeaway here is that while building a website in 2024 is easier and more affordable than ever, it's also just the beginning. There's so much more innovation on the horizon.
The future of the web is full of exciting possibilities, and I can't wait to see what creative and innovative things people come up with. It's an exciting time to be a part of this evolution.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. We've covered so much ground, from the rise of AI website builders to the importance of human creativity and strategy.
Yeah, we have.
And even a glimpse into the future of web experiences.
It's been a pleasure exploring these topics with you. I hope our listeners have gleaned some valuable insights to take with them on their website creation journey.
I'm sure they have. So to our listener, we encourage you to embrace the possibilities, experiment with new tools, and let your creativity run wild. The future of the web is in your hands. Now let's shift gears and explore one of the most exciting trends shaping this future: the integration of augmented reality and virtual reality.
I'm ready when you are. What's particularly interesting is that this evolution isn't just about fancy visuals. AR and VR have the potential to make websites more functional and user-friendly.
Okay, give me an example. How would that work in a practical sense?
Okay, so imagine a furniture store. Instead of just looking at product photos, imagine being able to use AR to place a virtual sofa in your living room.
Whoa, like a virtual try before you buy.
Exactly, to see how it fits and looks with your existing decor.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
No more second guessing whether that new armchair will actually match the rug.
Exactly. And it's not just furniture. This technology can be applied to so many industries. Real estate companies could offer virtual property tours. Fashion brands could let you try on clothes virtually. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
It sounds like AR and VR could really bridge that gap between the online and offline worlds.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's all about bringing the tangibility of the real world into the digital realm.
I like it. So we've talked about all these amazing possibilities,
hmm
but are there any potential downsides or challenges that we need to be aware of as we move into this future of website creation?
That's a great question, and it's important to be realistic. One potential challenge is accessibility.
When you say accessibility, what do you mean?
Well, as websites become more complex and reliant on cutting-edge technology,
Right.
we need to make sure they're still accessible to everyone, regardless of their technical abilities or
So
disabilities.
no one gets left behind.
Exactly. We don't want to create a digital divide. We need to be mindful of things like website navigation font sizes, color contrast, and alternative text for images to ensure that everyone can access and enjoy these new web experiences.
It's about making the web a welcoming and accessible space for everyone.
Absolutely. And another challenge I see is the need for ongoing education and adaptation. The web is constantly evolving, new technologies emerge, trends change, and best practices are updated.
It can be hard to keep up.
It can. Website owners need to be willing to learn and adapt to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of
Yeah,
thing.
definitely not. You need to be constantly learning and refining your approach to keep your website fresh and engaging.
But how do you even keep up with all that?
Well, the good news is that there are so many resources available online.
Like what?
Tutorials and blog posts, online courses, communities. There's a wealth of knowledge out there waiting to be tapped into.
That makes sense.
It's all about embracing the challenge and being willing to learn and experiment.
So view website creation as an ongoing journey rather than a one-time destination.
You got it. And remember, you don't have to go it alone. There's a whole community of web creators out there who are eager to share their knowledge and support each other. It's about fostering a spirit of collaboration and shared learning.
We're all in this together, striving to create a better, more inclusive and more engaging web for everyone.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes the web such an exciting and vibrant space. It's constantly evolving and changing, and there's always something new to discover. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our collective desire to connect and share.
Well said. So to our listener, we hope this deep dive has given you a fresh perspective on the world of website creation. It's clear that building a website in 2024 is not only easier and more affordable than ever before,
Right.
but also more exciting and full of possibilities than ever before.
I completely agree. It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you. Remember, the future of the web is in your hands. Embrace the tools, the resources, and the incredible community that surrounds you. Go forth and create something amazing.
And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the world of website creation in 2024. Until next time, happy website building.